Ways people assume your ethnicity. One, how you dress, okay? They expect certain cultures to dress a certain type of way, especially if you're wearing traditional type of fashion from that culture. Don't be surprised if somebody assumes you're a different ethnicity because of how you dress. Two, facial features. This is kind of accurate, but not all the time accurate. For example, somebody from East European descent are going to have higher cheekbones for somebody that's Northwestern European descent or South European descent. It's like not all Africans come in variety, but they usually have higher cheekbones than somebody that's Black American or Black Latin American. Three, different hairstyles too. You're more likely to find different hairstyles and different ethnicities, okay? But it's not all the time true. Like if you go in America, I'm sure somebody lives in the West Coast and have a different hairstyle than somebody on the East Coast, even though they're the same ethnicity. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, the way you act. People, like to judge a person how the way they act. If you act a certain type of way, they're gonna associate you with a certain ethnicity, especially if you look very similar to them in race. It's sad it's like that, but that's how people judge, okay? If they put a group of black people in the room and you find one black person a little more boastful, a little more, braggadocious, they're gonna assume he Black American. If you see somebody a little more humble, they're gonna assume that they African. If you're gonna see somebody real laid back, they're gonna assume they Caribbean. Last location here. Take somebody as Nipsey Hussle, for example, okay? If he was in New York, they'll assume he's Trinidadian, somebody from the West Indies, or some Afro-Latino. But if he was in Minnesota, the DMV area, they'll think he's East African descent, Northeastern African descent, Ethiopian, Eritrean, or Somalian. But if he lived in the South, they'll think his grandma was Indian. I'm not talking about the ones from India. I'm talking about the ones from America.